Dark Elves versus Norse. Past game. Got what? Alright, first let's have a look at what we have here. So the Norse are receiving. We have 2 rerolls, no apothecary. Oh, wait. Okay, yeah, we've got 2 rerolls, no apothecary, versus 3 rerolls and apothecary. The Norse won the fame vote. Chose to receive as well. So we have a leveled Yeti with Mighty Blow and Claw. Pretty much useless here. Putting those frenzies up the front. Obviously trying to go for removals as quick as possible because Raver has a bench while Jeliel does not. Walk around the clock. They get an extra reroll, so we are tied up for rerolls. And is that a touchback? No, it's not. Perfectly placed ball for the Dark Elves. No removals as of yet. Something goes wrong here? No? Alright. No removals though. Not expected. I mean, they are ammo value 8, those linemen. Raven needs to worry about poor little Norse. Doing very well by not... And he's got sure hands. Beautiful. We all know how I tend to like sure hand. I like to see it. Got a dirty player as well. Forgot about that. Raver taking on a bit of a little bit of a naughty play style. So here's where the worry happens, especially since they are placing them get hit. Trying to make sure they can stay based. Oof. Damn. Lucky for Raver right there. So it all comes crashing down, and little Anthony is out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh no. Just seeing Tweety birds. Hasn't stood up his players. Why, if Raver... See, why? Why did Raver not stand up their players first? At least the ones that were going to stay in place. I don't understand the logic. Always make your safe moves first. Going straight for that Witch Elf. Very, very good move. Get rid of those Witch Elves. And you are set. Probably going to bring that dirty player in for a foul. That's exactly what they're going to do. However, something tells me that that will open up for the Elves to get through to that ball carrier. Alright, playing cautious. I like it. Does the dirty player pay off? I reckon they're going to get kicked out, and it's going to be a stun. No kick out, but it is just a stun, and we have a failed dodge. Chose not to reroll. And over. Good choice not to reroll. Now they can't get that many blocks. And fouling is very risky because, again, Raver does have a bench while Jeliel does not. Lodge Blitzer. One available hit. Gonna use his guard to make it possible. Gonna use the normal lineman to make it worth taking. getting that Witch Elf ready to come in for the ball. Raver is actually in a bit of a tighter spot than he'd like to be, I think. And there's the first removal of the game. Ding, ding, ding. When it comes to the Norse, once that ball starts rolling, it is hard to make it stop. That is definitely good for the Elves. But he's got 4 Frenzy players. 4 of them. I probably would have gone for a handoff there. Handoff on Berserker. Blitz with the Yeti. Pays off. Not a huge payoff, just a small one. And, oh, hits the guard. Dark Elves have an Apothecary. Oh, and we're going for the foul again. We have an injury, which the Apothecary will be used, I can guarantee it. The Apothecary worked, and the dirty player is gone, resulting in a turnover. So all in all, the armor value 7 team lost a player to the foul, while the Dark Elves lost nothing. So this definitely gives an advantage to the Dark Elves. See, if I was Raver, I would have looked at that Apothecary, and I would have waited before trying to do any sort of fouling for that Apothecary to have been used. Because the danger of losing players, like this, now we're down 3, sorry, because of the knockout, it's going to snowball. But this is the big danger. How it happens. I would have definitely suggested that wait for a normal injury first, and then start fouling once you've got a bit of an advantage. We have another removal. You take your shots at value targets, like Witch Elves. I mean, they don't have leap, so basing them, putting a cage around them is just as effective. Right, the rest are bringing it down. Getting him out of the tackle zone. Rebuilding the cage on the other side. Ooh, putting the ball carrier right on the edge. I can see the logic, but I don't condone it. Few players can't get attacked from that side. Makes it easy to defend, but it also makes it a lot easier for them to get that ball if they have stones to go for it. The question, the only question that needs to be asked is, answer is not at this time. Oh. No removal there. But getting the ball out of this is going to be hard for Raver. Raver has got himself in a pickle. He's got nowhere to run. He's going to have to rely on those frenzy players and his rerolls, I think. All he's got left to hit with are frenzy. Alright, that one worked out. Got rid of the guard. The Yeti is up. Okay, decent move. Ooh. However, I see a Witch Elf causing problems in his future. If he wants to, he could probably get a Surf on that Werewolf. He works really hard for it. which it looks like he's going to. No, straight for the ball instead. Which pays off. Oof, not a place where you want that ball to be right now. Next to those two wolves. The reroll pays off, and we're getting ready for the surf. Not that it was needed, we have an injury on the werewolf without the surf. Here comes the bleeding player scenario. Unfortunate to see Raver be hit with such bad luck in the armor rolls, but at the same time he did choose a low armor value. That's just how it goes. Unfortunate that it happened to the werewolf. The only pieces bar the Yeti that have a normal armor value. Oof, there we go. Unfortunately, it was just a lineman. Unfortunately for him, I mean. Again, I don't take sides. Don't want people to think I am, by the way I say things. Unfortunately for Raver, it was just a lineman, which was fortunate for Jeliel. Because those Dark Elves can score not as quick as Wood Elves. I mean, they could. Oof. They failed going for it, but we do have a reroll per turn, so we are okay. Jeliel would easily be able to... He's got the ball. Touchdown incoming. Blitzing with the ball carrier. Showing the stones there. Gonna position that blitzer. Yep. Make a bit of a cage. Gonna come and base that runner. Yeah, that runner. Are we gonna go for the surf? They probably would have had it not. Oh. And a knockout. Billy Lewis. And this is the point where I would probably attempt going for it fail, though they've got plenty of rerolls. There's no danger here. Gonna go for it. No, they wouldn't go out, would they? No. Personally, I would have probably gone after the Yeti, but that's because I'm more of a puncher. I am definitely someone who does more punch than I should. Alright, getting that Yeti out. There's the wild animal. Turnover, touchdown. That was a massive mistake by Raver. Raver should have used the reroll there. He had one per turn. There was no reason to save it. If he wanted to move that Yeti as he did, he could have done it with ease. I mean, no, maybe not. He would have to make the roll. We'll have to see what the next roll is to correlate to see whether that reroll would have helped. So the next roll would have been a push. What is a push equivalent to? I know there's two sides, which is push. So 1 is a skull, a 2 is a both down, 3 and 4... Is there two? There's 2 both downs and 2... I need to look it up. Football dice. Oh, that's right, defender stumbles. I forgot about that one. 3 or 4 is push, yep. Thank you, Regan Smash. Also, hey, Regan Smash, what's happening in the magical world of you, buddy? So yeah, it might have worked. That's what makes me look at it and go, why did you not use that reroll? Had it there, you can't save it for next half. Oof. None of those knockouts get back up. Going into the half. Going into the defense half. That was their attack and they lost the ball. Going into the defense. Missing players. Missing 4 players, to be precise. Among those, both of the werewolves. So both of their strength 4 players are out. I wonder how Raver is feeling right now. I mean, not in this instant, I mean back when this game was going. Because me thinking I'm against elves that have armor value 8, oh, and it's a touchback. I probably would have just thrown in the towel here. I don't remember what the score is, so it's going to be... I think it was a high score though, wasn't it? Like... 1, or like 2, 3, 1, 2, I don't know. I have a feeling that the Norse do score. Otherwise, why Ceramol would have asked me to watch the match if it was just a stomping. So down it is. Little Miss Stockings, Rachel. Rachel's the name. My exes. Wears the same clothes too. Sorry, because I know she watches my channel, so sorry if you're watching now. I mean, apologize for, I suppose. Commenting on what she wears. Got Chris. Oh, blitzing with the Yeti. Feeling brave. Only a stun. The removals on the Dark Elf and not happening the way Raver probably would have wished it. Very lucky for Jeliel, though. So I suppose, if anything, if Raver wasn't so aggressive at the start, it might have gone a bit better. With all of his players having that block, while not all of Jeliel's team has it, quite a few players don't have any defensive. Just creating a wall and wait. Ooh, going for a foul. Foul on the Berserker. Success. Stun. I wonder if Raver is going to go on tilt, because once the enemy starts fouling, that's when the tilt happens. Doesn't stand his players up. But I understand why. Getting that player out of zone. No injury again on that Mighty Blow Claw. Showing the futility of it. Getting out of the base. All your base are not belong to us. Going for a foul. Doesn't pay for it. Alright, Guard Blitzer is gone. That went very well for Raver. I don't think it's going to be any sort of magical turning point, but 2 players down against 4, evening it up a little, reducing Jeliel's options. In before, touchdown next turn. Not much can be done about it. Though, actually there is stuff that could be done about it. Not much, there's only a few options I can see. Depending on how these blocks go, those options will thin out. And those options are getting thinner. Jeliel's making some good plays. Oof. Is there an ejection failed? Okay. The wrestle. Ooh. Goading him into doing a dodge while tilting. Succeeded. Wait, I used his reroll on a jump up. That's danger. Having that jump up skill is very useful though. I like jump up. Being able to not use your blitz. Just smack someone next to you. Ooh, injury. Another removal. Raver bringing it back. Oof. And another touchdown for the Dark Elves. Dark Elves don't really have any reason at all to stall. They can get their player back, their guard, if they're lucky, but they're gonna stall. Actually, yeah, if they stall down to 2 turns, then there's no way for Raver to really get the touchdown. Do not believe this particular Norse team is capable of 2-turn. Ooh, double defender down. I don't know why, but when I'm not rolling well and things aren't going my way, when the enemy gets a double defender down on like the first hit, it always makes me tilt a little bit more. And we have another removal. Those Witch Elves doing their work. Frenzy not coming in handy there. If it's any sort of hope, it's going to have to be a dodge out and blitz. Maybe using those jump ups. I could see a good hit, a good idea. That was not it. See, what I could see was doing was maybe using the jump up to hit the Witch Elf as is doing now. Oh, perfect! Injury on the Witch Elf. But using the jump up to hit that Witch Elf out of the way, and then blitzing. You would have to be a dodge. You'd have to dodge out of the other Witch Elf zone. So I'm gonna actually I can pause it and stuff, can't I? Let's do that. Right. Do it. So we've got some get ups, but we'll talk about that in a sec. Stop it. Stop going into weird camera modes. Alright, so what we see here, let's have a look. I accidentally went too far because it doesn't actually move the players when... Here we go. So, what I think could have done here maybe was... And it is risky, don't get me wrong, but he's got the tackle here. And Frenzy. Gives him a little bit more. So he stands up with his jump up. Smacks Chris out of the way. then uses this character's jump up, move out this way, hopefully, I don't know, but depending on what happened here, and it was an injury, she wouldn't be there. Not that he knew that. But then come the blitz around this way, so they've got 6 movement allowance. 1, 2, it wouldn't work. I mean, it could, but it would be very risky. And no, there was, I mean, at most he'd be able to stick him next to him, make it slightly frustrating. So, never mind, my idea would not have worked. Not in a million years. But it's always good to try. And it's usually the kind of shit I pull. I do believe the Norse get a touchdown, though. Can't remember what the score. Only time will tell. So the Norse got 2 of their players up, which means they're only down 3. And the Dark Elves received a whole bunch of injuries in those drives, and now down 4. So once again, the Norse have a player advantage. Each team gets a bribe. That actually plays out better for the Norse. Sorry, for the Dark Elves than it does the Norse. The Norse have that armor value issue. You see it as an issue. Yet. Immediately going to be using that. Oh, got that sure hands. That sure hand saved him, otherwise it would have been a reroll. I love sure hands. Going for the foul straight up. Knock out. Not requiring the bribe. What I like about bribes is sometimes you can foul out an entire opponent's team and not have to. It is a 50-50 chance twice for each injury you actually make, but learn to flip that coin. But it definitely makes you brave enough to just go for it. If you have that bribe sitting in your pocket, end up removing half a team. Probably the best that the Elves could have done, not going for those hits, just getting out of zones. Minimizing damage. The worst thing that could have happened. Not the best. Yep, making that cage, but he's also got to make sure that he has scoring threat. Moving Hank Williams in. Failing the going for it. Re-rolling it. So this, yeah, so it was a 1-2. Or I could be wrong. They might not get a touchdown. It'd be a sad right at the end thing. Oof. Fats Domino. He was so fat that he fell down. Domino as well. A name influencing what the player does. In the end, I think Raver put up a good fight. Made some decisions. Ooh. So that sealed the touchdown, but it doesn't matter. At this moment, GG would have been said a while ago. I think both coaches did well. There were some points on which Raver could do better in. I legitimately believe that if your opponent has an apothecary and you don't, when you are an armor, like when you're the Norse team, I think that he definitely should have taken an apothecary. Almost required, in my opinion, during this. But since he doesn't have that apothecary, he should have waited, gotten an injury of some type before he started fouling with his dirty player. So that way he still had the advantage. Because losing that player and then losing another in the same turn made it so the Elves could easily position on them and get the ball off of them and score on their half. So valiant effort by Raver. Pretty decent game in my opinion.